Good morning. We're going to go through a situation we had yesterday. I had a customer call last week and wanted to bring his machines by for a quick go through because apparently they were up in Green Bay, Wisconsin working on a job site, and they had all their bottles filled, their propane bottles filled, and got some contaminated propane. I don't hear that a lot, but we do hear it, especially up in the northeastern states. They get a lot of the petroleum garbage in with the propane, and those liquid junk that comes into the petroleum industry, it clogs up the injectors and gets hard. And then whenever the engine is hot, it's running fine, everything's good. But when they turn the engine off, everything cools off, and all those petroleum-based things will stop the injectors from moving, and now you got to replace injectors and then figure out what to do with the tanks. They were able to get the tanks flushed out, but the damage had already been done. So here we are. We've got two machines of the Lightnings. These are 10-year-old machines, 12-year-old machines, and they have injectors that were clogged up. And so the machines were dropped off to us about 11 o'clock. Guys were in the parking lot waiting on the machines to be finished so they could head back to the job. And as we got into these machines, we decided, okay, why don't you guys get a motel, let's spend the night, give us a few more hours this morning with these. Let's change the fluids. They haven't been changed in a while. Spark plugs were unfamiliar to us. We know what works in these machines, and we want to change everything out so when they go back to the job, we're ready to rock and roll. With this machine here, we had to change a battery. First things that we do when we bring a machine in, we check the oil, make sure that the oil is sufficient to start the engine and check everything out. And this one, the battery was completely toast on it, so we replaced the battery so we could at least crank the engine over. And then what we also want to do is start the engine, see if the charging system is working, because if we have to pull the engine cowling off, we want to fix maybe ignition coils, injectors, and anything in the charging system, maybe behind the flywheel, all in one shot. We don't want to get the engine running and then realize, oh, we got to take everything back apart, change a flywheel or a stator or something. Again, this machine here, we replace the injectors in it and change the filtration for the propane system. There's 2 filters on this, and we'll kind of go through that. And then change the air filter. There were some things we had to do in there that things were kind of band-aided together. We make sure everything's right before it goes back out. So let's step down here and we'll look at a couple of machines that are not finished and are not ready to go back out.